Okay, welcome everyone to the July 21st, 2025 meeting of the Northampton Reparations Study Commission. I'm City Council President Alex Jarrett. Along with the mayor, we are the appointing authority for the commission. And since the commission is without a chair, I'll preside but not vote until at least one of the chairs is elected. The commission may also choose to elect a temporary chair or chair pro tem to preside over the elections. So although the agenda says chair and vice chair, those were actually listed in error as the commission's charge is for two co-chairs who are resident non-elected members. I consulted with our city solicitor. He advised that as long as the topic, which is elections of leadership, was posted, there's no open meeting law concern, and we can proceed tonight either with the election of chairs one at a time or as a group. The election of chairs is the only topic on the agenda and no other topics will be discussed. This meeting is being audio and video recorded and will be posted to Northampton Open Media's video archive. I'll now call the roll, and if I pronounce anyone's name incorrectly, please let me know. William Newman.
Here.
Felicia Lundquist.
Present.
Garrick Perry.
Here.
Jeremy Baker-Paquette. Absent. Marissa Elkins.
Here.
Marsha Morris. Let's see, I see an M. Morris asked to unmute, although she should be able to unmute. We'll circle back. Renika Montgomery Tamilclo.
Here.
Jasmine Goodspeed.
Here.
Emma Khan Sudan.
Present.
Okay, and then we'll circle back. Marsha Morris, are you able to unmute? Okay, hopefully Marsha will be able to join in and participate soon. It doesn't affect quorum, so we have a quorum, so we can proceed. So are there any questions about the procedure tonight?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome, Marsha.
Okay, it's Marsha. I'm sorry, I don't know why I had to call in. It won't pick up my voice.
Okay. Well, we have you now.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that.
Yep. And I was just asking if there were any questions about the procedure tonight.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Are there any questions about the procedure of electing the co-chairs?
Could you just run over that? Did you already say and I just couldn't hear you?
Yeah, that might have been the case. I'm happy to say it again. So we are electing two co-chairs, and those chairs can be elected either one at a time or as a group. And the election of chairs is the only topic on the agenda. So I would entertain a motion to elect one or more co-chairs.
I second that.
One of us has to make the motion.
You would need to name who would be who you are nominating.
I would like to nominate Jasmine.
Okay, we have
will second
Jasmine
that.
Goodspeed as one of the co-chairs. Are there any other nominations?
I'm interested in a co-chair position, but I don't know if I can say that for myself or if I have to be nominated.
You can
I
nominate
nominate
yourself.
Felicia. Yeah.
Okay. So the Felicia Lundquist was also nominated.
Oh, well, then if we can nominate ourselves, then I nominate myself.
Renika Montgomery Tamilclo. there any other nominations?
Is this for co-chairs?
Correct. Okay, so we have 3 nominations for 2 positions. And the next procedure would be to hear from those who have been nominated and hear from those who, from members of the commission who could speak to those nominations.
I can start.
Go ahead.
I'm interested in serving as a co-chair position because of my dedication to this particular topic and also to equity. I do believe that I have some experience working at Think Again. Training and consulting has given me a skill set to be able to lead, particularly during complex and sort of multi-directional projects. And so wanting to build the capacity, both internal and external, to break down systemic inequalities, and thinking about reparations and it being essential to addressing the consequences of slavery, and here in Northampton, the systematic racism that we experience. I would want to run for chair to be present for the opportunity to be able to help shape and advocate for recommendations and policies that could do more repair and rectify some of the past injustices. I also want to say that I'm not teaching this semester, so I have the capacity to be able to be more present, to be able to do that. Otherwise, I would not step into a position or a role where I wouldn't be able to dedicate that time.
Thank you.
I will speak as well. I am the chair of the Human Rights Commission, so I do have some experience chairing. I don't know if that makes me ineligible for this, though. I'm uncertain on that.
It does
But-
not.
Wonderful. So I am happy to support with everything that I have learned. I also have over 10 years of reparations and land back experience as a Nipmuc tribal member.
Thank you. Renika.
All right. So I would like to be chair because this is, for me, I've been working in DEI and family history and genealogy for almost 2 decades. And so I have a very grounded sense of reparations and restorative justice and trainings and how to run meetings and how to chair and how to follow rules and how to, when needed, cut people off. And also, like, I would like to say that, like, I'm strongly, this is a reparations study commission for African Americans, and I think it should be chaired by African Americans. I think that, like, we have had too many people telling us from different directions what to do and what we should and how we should proceed. And I think that, like, it's very important for us moving forward to make sure that we have people who have lived the experience of being African American in Northampton.
Thank you. Would other other commissioners like to speak to the nominations?
I would like to speak to Jasmine as the person that's chairing the Human Rights Commission. I personally feel like that's a conflict of interest. It would be like one of the city council people stepping forward to me. To me, it feels like a conflict for a couple of different reasons. One is you're coming in with a different agenda from the Human Rights Commission. There's been back and forth about whether or not the next piece of work should go to the Human Rights Commission. And so for me, I don't even feel like you would be able to be in a non-conflictual position to even have that conversation. That alone would put you into what I would perceive as a conflict. And the other thing is that I agree with Renika. It would be better to have 2 co-chairs that are African American to lead this work. I've spoken to Jasmine at length about the fact that there is definite, I'll use words that people have used here, intersectionality. Not a big fan on that word, but between the reparations that needs to be done for African Americans, and from deep study that I've done, the reparation issue that needs to be looked at from the Native American perspective. But this isn't a Native American reparations commission. And when I spoke with Jasmine, I said, you know, we definitely should talk about where the two areas link up, but I just don't want us to start to confuse and conflate those two issues. One, because Native Americans reparations is equally as important as African American reparations and needs to be handled with a commission, probably of its own. But that our work is definitely intersects, and we can definitely support each other's needs and issues on the table. So that's why I feel like that would definitely be a conflict. Those two big issues right there, being as the person who leads human rights, and then also as a Native American person. So with that, I'll say thank you.
May
Thank
I
you.
respond?
Go ahead.
I'm in disagreement with some of the remarks that Commissioner Morris made. In terms of intersectionality, Kimberly Crenshaw, who's a Black woman, coined the term, and it's to describe social categories like race, like African American, and the intersects of things like class or gender and other identities amongst that. And it is extremely important to look at the things through a lens and understanding of intersectionality. And I just want to note that it was coined by Black women. And so the origins, again, I think speak to the importance of looking at and focusing on the experiences of Black African American folks in particular and the intersections of their identities there. So I do think that intersectionality, I'm a fan because it argues about sort of their intersecting identities. And also we know that there are Black Indigenous folks, right? There are Afro-Cuban, Afro-Latinos. And so I think that for me, to have a lens is important. And so I would support Jasmine and also the experience that she has bringing from another commission as a chair, I think is really helpful. It brings skills to the table and speaks to her level of experience to be able to bring more growth to this commission. And so I just wanted to share those two things.
Thank you.
Oh,
Councilor
I'm
Perry.
sorry, go ahead, sir.
I just want to first say thank you for everyone who has stepped up. I think it is really moving that it is 3 strong women who are being nominated to be chairs, and everyone brings a different skill set. You know, after working with Monica, I know how important genealogy work is, and I think that is something that, as we continue the study portion of this, is very important. You know, Felicia as well comes with a background of being able to deal with equity and diversity as well. And Felicia's been on this journey with us for a bit. And for Jasmine, who's new, Jasmine has really brought a nice calming influence, but also perspective that I think was lacking before. So again, I'm thankful for everyone. I lean towards what Felicia was saying, is that I don't see a conflict of interest. You know, Jasmine is someone who came to our Reparations Commission, and I'm not even certain we had renamed it to Reparations Commission back then, who was interested in the work they were doing and wanted to offer help. I think that perspective is going to be very helpful to us for the future. And so I don't see a conflict, and I would support Jasmine being one of the co-chairs, because I don't see that. And I'll let everyone else speak, and then I'll come back.
As a person that
Emmett Khan.
Yeah, as a person that nominated Jasmine, I would like to add that I don't see any conflict of interest. Looking at my own personal heritage, my ancestors' great grandparents were of African heritage and also Native American heritage, Cherokee from in the South. So I really don't see any conflict there as well. And also, I've only been on the commission for several months, about 4 or 5 months, and I find that Jasmine is throughout our discussion, she has been the voice of reason. I find her very balanced in her thinking and uh, in her projections on whatever the issues are.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak who hasn't spoken yet? Okay, would anyone else like
I
to speak?
did want to, yeah, I did want to make a comment about what Commissioner Lundquist said. I appreciate where you're coming from, Felicia, but I want to remind us what our charge is to look at. And that's the reason why I would like us to stay away. We've spent 2 years sort of running around in the dark. It's like if we get this year extension, we got a year to really get down to business and get this work done, clean up the report, get things in order, and so that we all can sail off into our lives. So I really would discourage us to try to now strike out and go in a different direction than just doing what we said we were going to do for this year. So I would discourage that, and part of the reason why I would be hesitant about what, from your perspective, is like opening it up. That's exactly what I would push away from if we're getting another year to work on this work, is to really zero in on the African American community's history and the work that needs to be done to right, quote unquote, the wrongs for this community specifically, and not get spun off in yet another direction. But that's just the way I feel about that.
Thank you.
I would like to speak.
Yes, Renika.
So I think that this is fundamentally an African American Reparations Commission. The chair should reflect that. It's that we do not have time. There are things, I understand intersectionality. I have taught people about it. My point is, if we have 1 year to do study, to do implementation, and to clean up the report and make sure that we have this done, we do not have time to teach someone the intricacies about Black culture that are lacking. I understand that there are Afro-Indigenous people. Jasmine does not identify as such, and that is that's not me saying anything wrong. That is her identity. So we have to decide questions of eligibility. Who counts for this? That is not something that someone who is not Black can chair. That's just like, it's one of those things. We don't want to be put into a situation where people are fighting and there's lack of information, and we're trying to educate the chair on nuance while we're also trying to make decisions at the same time. And I think that, like, while having different perspectives is good, fundamentally, this is centering the Black perspective in Northampton, and all of the things that have happened to Black people who work and who live in Northampton.
Thank you. Jasmine.
Hi, I'm driving, so I can't, wish I could be more invested in this, this direct, speaking, but thank you, Emma Khan, for the nomination. And again, I am happy to support in any way and to speak to the intersectionality, to all of these issues that are being brought up. That's fine. I will step back where there needs to be stepping back, but also I do believe that I could, if I was a co-chair, support, right? So I think I also don't agree with the issues being brought up around my culture, my identity. I have grown my entire life around my tribal community, which is very mixed. And I also have mixed ancestry. I do not like put that forward, but I if there is issue on that front, then I would also like to, if it's okay still, to nominate Garrick as a chair as well.
So Garrett can't be nominated because he is a elected official.
Okay,
And nominations have already closed.
that's fine. But yeah, I would love to help. That is all. I learn quickly if there is learning that needs to be done. But again, I have grown up in a very multicultural family.
Thank you.
May I ask a question, Alex?
Go ahead, Marcia.
Can each one of the commissioners that are being put forward to be chair, can you speak directly to the work that you've accomplished on this commission and how that relates to you being a chair and moving this group forward from where we're at right at this moment?
So the commissioners have given their speech. Of course, they can entertain speaking further.
So that's a question that I have to each one of them.
If they wish to answer, they may.
I'm happy to speak to the work that I've done. I've provided opportunities for cohort programs, reaching out. I've attended programs. I've helped plan programs. And I've worked with some of our commissioners. Although we didn't get the stuff for the educational program off the ground in a timely fashion, based on our younger commissioners and the ability to move forward with some of the work that we were doing with the Center for Racial Justice at UMass, I've definitely done work around programming and have a commitment. And my work with Think Again speaks to anti-racist practices. And when we think about reparations, we must think about anti-racist practices.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
I've worked with the community engagement group. I've done speaking events. I also helped with the survey, and I've helped formulate questions and response and changes and made edits and helped to organize like the ideas that we have into like smaller digestible pieces. And going forward, I would see similar work with continuing to work with community engagement and outreach and working on cleaning up the report.
I suppose I'm not sure that this serves us, but since my time starting the commission only a few months ago, I have worked the Martin Luther King Day or the Black History Month events that were put forward. I have aided in the creation of flyers and outreach. I worked with Sage on some of the survey stuff. I worked on the final report and put in the history section. I also pushed forward the apology letter through the Human Rights Commission. And as far as connections to all of these local institutions go, my nonprofit is deeply connected to all of them. And I believe that it is something that I can help with, is making those connections and working with the students.
Thank you. Are there any other, would anyone else like to speak before we move to the vote? So the procedure I'll use for the vote is that each commissioner can name two chairs, which will be the co-chairs. Normally we do them one at a time, but because these are equal, we can do them together. And the two top vote getters would get the nomination. Would be elected the chair. If there was a tie, then we would go down to if there's a tie between the second and third place, then we would vote again for that. Any questions about that procedure? Okay, so I will call each commissioner in turn and ask you to give 2 names that you will be voting for. William Newman,
Felicia and Jasmine.
Felicia Lundquist,
I vote for myself, Felicia Lundquist, and Jasmine Goodspeed.
Eric Perry,
I would vote for Jasmine and Felicia.
Marissa Elkins,
I vote for Felicia and Jasmine.
okay. Marsha Morris,
I vote for Renika and Felicia.
Renika Montgomery Tamilclo,
I vote for myself and Felicia.
Jasmine Goodspeed,
I will vote for myself and Felicia.
and Amican Sudan.
Jasmine and Felicia.
Okay, the final vote. There are 8 votes for Felicia. There are 6 votes for Jasmine, and there are 2 for Renika. The co-chairs are Felicia and Jasmine. So congratulations on electing your co-chairs. And that concludes our meeting. So I will entertain, and I mean, I guess now the chairs could take over for the motion to adjourn, but I'm happy to do it unless you want to.
I just want to thank everyone who has the confidence in me to lead and to co-lead this group. Thank you.
Same
And
to Botany. And I'm super excited to support you, Felicia.
Yeah, same. I think all of us are going to do great moving forward. And with that, I guess as co-chairs, we could say meeting adjourned, and all those in favor.
Actually, move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn. Thank you.
Is there a sorry,
Second.
do you want to ask for a
Second,
second?
third.
And then just state who made the motion and who did the second?
I second.
Okay, I made the motion, Felicia Lundquist and Emma Considan seconded. And so I will go down the list of folks that I see in my window. Commissioner Newman,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Commissioner Elkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Tamaclo,
Yes.
Commissioner Goodspeed,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
and I think that I got all the commissioners that are on this call, if I'm not mistaken. Is that accurate? Did I miss anybody? All right, so motion is approved to adjourn. Thank you.
Thanks for the time, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to Botamish.
Thank you,
Shakti.
everybody.
Take care.